Hello, this is Goku for Sim 1, and I'm here to make a video that I've been meaning to do for a little while, but I didn't get around to it, and a YouTuber named, Telmay TV, I think his YouTube channel is, something like that. I will have a link below having his name in here, and it should be a video response to his video if he accepts it. Essentially, he said that basically the reason why I'm making this video now is he said that The Dark Knight Rises or Batman Begins Dark Knight are 100% realistic, and I highly disagree with this, and I'll be saying why, and talking about other things that upset me about Batman in general and Christopher Nolan. So let's get to the video. First off is I'm going to talk about why Batman in general is not realistic. And now, a lot of what I'm going to be talking about comes directly from a YouTuber called Blows Himself Up Dude. Go check out his videos, he's great. And he did a video, Batman as a superhero, great video, and he talks about what I'm about to talk about here. Batman is unrealistic in the comics. Yes, he is. Before you say, oh, he's the most realistic superhero in all of superhero and no, he's not. He's as fantastical as Superman. Yes, he is. Because he does whatever the comic needs him to do to an extreme. He might not be able to fly, he might not be from an alien planet, but he built his physical peak in every field. He is the world's smartest man. He's the world's greatest detective. He can outsmart anybody. He can beat up people that are super strong. He can beat Superman. He's actually beat Superman. He's actually beaten characters like Superman in a fist fight. Yes, he has. So Batman is not realistic. So now let's get talking about why the Nolan verse of Batman films is also not so realistic. Now, before I get into this, I do have to mention that some of what I'm about to talk does come from Geek Evolution's channel. Vince said this. If you know what I'm talking about, you know who Vince is. So I'm not taking credit for it. He was the one that came up with this one. But I'll be talking about some other things too. Okay. Why the Nolanverse is not realistic. A lot of this does not have to do with Dark Knight. It's more Batman Begins. But this universe has fantastical elements. One of which is fear toxin. It doesn't exist, but it needed to be in the story because it was the story they were telling, and it's not so beyond the realm of possibilities that it fits in the universe they're making. But also, they have a device that basically that can basically evaporate water. But humans are 70% water, and it didn't do anything to us. So it doesn't matter because the universe they're setting in is not 100% realistic. So you don't have to think about these things. These explanations don't have to come up with because it has fantastical elements. It's not setting you in a world that can be real. It's setting you in a world that has fantastical elements, but is not so fantastical that you'll see Superman flying around, and I'm fine with that. Also, Batman himself is very unrealistic. The things he does are unrealistic. Not to a T. No man could ever do the things he does. That's unrealistic. I'm sorry to say this, but he does things that are unrealistic. And also, in the Dark Knight, the Joker kind of does things that I don't think one person could do by himself, but it's fine because you don't think about these elements when watching the movie. It doesn't separate you from the universe they're telling. The rules that they've set up allow these things to happen without it being disturbing to the story they tell, and that's fine. Now I want to get talking a little bit about Nolan. That's Christopher Nolan, for the matter of fact. Okay. A lot of people say Christopher Nolan doesn't use CG, he hates CG, CG sucks, he would never use CG in his movies. I don't know if people really say this, but people say he's not going to be using CG on Bane. Yeah, he is. I'm 99.9% sure he is. Maybe not the fact that he's going to make, we're not going to get the Bane from Arkham Asylum. I understand that. He's going to be a more realistic size Bane, but he's probably going to be twice the size of Batman. Maybe a little bit smaller, but he's probably going to use a little bit of CG to kind of make the muscles a little bit more better looking. CG does not mean Space Age. Christopher Nolan knows CG is a tool. He doesn't like 3D because he thinks 3D is a gimmick. But CG is a tool if done correctly. If you put in the hands of George Lucas, it's a gimmick. He uses it in every scene. But if you put it in the hands of somebody like Christopher Nolan, or or James Cameron, it enhances the film and it makes the film better. All these, you gotta understand that tools are tools. Also, they're most likely gonna have Venom. Venom is probably just going to be, in my opinion, this is my theory, Venom is probably just going to be a new age version of steroids. Not so unrealistic. It works in this universe. They had fear toxin. They can have it. The Joker gas didn't need to be there because it wasn't the story they were telling. They were telling a man who wanted the world to be chaotic. He didn't want to make people smile. It wasn't that version of the Joker. They didn't use it, but they could have used it. I would have been fine with it. And also the whole thing about people saying, oh, the Joker's this way, the Joker's that way. Yeah, we don't know the Joker's origins, so the Joker did not fall into a vat of goo for all we know. So please don't say the Joker's this way, the Joker's that way. Say that one of the most recognizable interpretations of the Joker is this way, because we really don't know the Joker's origin. Trust me, I can show you like a billion comic book fans that would bitch you out for saying the Joker's this way or the Joker's that way. This was just a quick little video. Please leave a comment or a video response. Tell me what you think. Please tell me if you agree or disagree and why you agree or disagree. And please leave details of why you agree or disagree. I'll see you next time. YouTube.